We all have taken losses and wondered, what could I have done better? What should have I done differently? Or we start blaming outside factors. Alexander Volkanovski loses to Islam Makhachev at UFC 294, and just recently he comes out with a video explaining what happened. Let's see if he's making excuses or if he's taking accountability. Here we go.
I just wasn't me. I think it was pretty clear. You could see that I wasn't me in there. And
it's a common theme you hear all the time, especially recently, right? With Oliveira and Volkanovski, both of them. It wasn't me in there. Ironically enough, both lost to the same opponent, and Volkanovski says it just wasn't him.
That down to preparation. You know, I'm a big believer in preparation.
And it comes down to preparation, he says. We have to talk about it. Is it an excuse or is it just the truth? I mean, in hindsight, he probably shouldn't have taken the fight, and he's kind of blaming it on, or at least, part of the reason why he lost in his mind was the preparation behind it. Is that justified? Is it his fault? I mean, he took the fight on 11 days notice. He could have said no. In his mind, he thought, if I don't take it now, I might never get the shot again, according to him. So that's why he felt he needed to take the fight. But coming off the couch, dropping from about 180 pounds to go all the way down to 155, what if he had more time to cut the weight instead of rapidly drop it? Does he take that head kick better? I mean, if you ask any Makhachev fan, they're going to tell you it doesn't matter how long he would have prepared for. That head kick would have hurt him nonetheless, and you can't prepare for a head kick. I understand that argument too. Would it have been any different if he had more time to prep? I would say perhaps the outcome would have still been a Makhachev win, but perhaps he could have lasted a bit longer. Let's see what else he had to say.
I think you need to have them sparring rounds. You know what I mean? You need to, you need to see the shots. You need to, defensively and all that.
And that's something that he didn't have, the sparring rounds, to work on his timing against Makhachev. It was short notice at the end of the day.
I still stand by that decision. I still stand by that because I believe in myself. I think I was a little more disappointed that I wasn't the professional, disciplined person that I was the last few months, that I usually am.
And I respect Volkanovski for being honest about that. That yes, he had a short period of time to prepare for this fight, but also he wasn't the professional that he has been before. We've heard him talk in the post-fight press conference of things that he struggled with. And at the end of the day, he didn't put in as much work or stayed in shape in the fashion in which he should have.
But that the timing of this fight coming while I wasn't in the gym as much as I would like to be.
So it seems that he was already not necessarily in the right frame of mind. He wasn't necessarily training as much as he should have. And this all culminated in that performance where he got caught. Here's my final thoughts on this, guys. I mean, I commend him for taking this fight on 11 days notice. Credit to him. He dared to be great. You hear Usman saying that against Khamzat Chimaev. You heard Adesanya saying that against Jan Blachowicz. And now you hear Volkanovski saying that in his attempt to become double champ against Makhachev. But at the end of the day, he comes up short. Now, fights potentially for him in the future is Ilia Topuria, but is this going to be in the back of his mind, losing to Makhachev as Volkanovski gets older and he's been active, maybe even too active, maybe even not for his own good? Does Volkanovski need a break, or should he get right back in there in January against Ilia Topuria and defend his featherweight title? And will this prior loss affect him in any way? I'm intrigued to see how he does against Ilia Topuria, but I don't feel so good if he fights as early as January. I would say take a little break. I know he has said if he's not active, he doesn't feel good about it. But at this point, after coming off a head kick knockout loss, take a break, I would say. What do you think Volkanovski should do next? Should he fight Ilia Topuria? Should he take a long break and maybe Ilia fight Holloway? And will Volkanovski bounce back? Let me know in the comments. Peace.